I can't lie and say I'm not surprised, because I am. God's honest truth, I'm surprised. I'm so used to police officers getting away with murder that I made a video a while back, right after George Floyd was murdered, where I said that even though I think personally that Derek Chauvin is guilty, he's innocent in the eyes of the law because of qualified immunity. Basically, if an officer kills someone while they're on duty, they can say, hey, look, I was on duty and that person ended up dying and I'm covered under qualified immunity. And that has been the case forever. So when Derek Chauvin was convicted of 3 charges, second degree murder, third degree murder, and second degree manslaughter, I was surprised. In this country, we have a habit of licking the boots of police officers or anyone with authority, actually. So to have a jury convict a white police officer for killing a black man in America, and Derek Chauvin made history because he's the first white officer ever convicted of killing a black man in Minnesota history. So the odds were in my favor when I said that he's innocent in the eyes of the law. And I'll link to that video somewhere here, either at the end of this video or up there or something. But you should go watch it because I get into detail as to why I think he's innocent. And the one thing that I did not take into consideration was the qualified immunity not being a factor. What we saw at the Derek Chauvin trial was that his own officers turned against him. The blue wall of silence was crumbling. And I didn't expect to see that in my lifetime. Honest to God, I didn't. Without some drastic change, I didn't expect to see that. It's arguable that Derek Chauvin didn't even expect the verdict himself. When you take a look at his face, he was like, wait, did they say that right? Am I being punked? Where's Ashton Kutcher? Because he felt as if he was going to get off. And you could tell by how his eyes were darting back and forth as they're reading the guilty verdict. He's like, wait, this doesn't make any sense, but he was black and I'm a white cop. And of course, I don't know that's what he was thinking, but I think that's what he was thinking. He has a face like that's what he was thinking. Now he's looking at 40 years, well, actually more than that. If you stack the charges together, what is it? 40 years for second degree murder, 25 years for third degree murder, and 10 years or 15 years or something, or 10 years for second degree manslaughter. So if you stack those all together, it's about 75 years total. But since he has no criminal history, the judge can deviate from the sentence considerably. Now he has to take the longest sentence, if I'm not mistaken, but the judge will probably make those sentences run concurrently as opposed to consecutively. So instead of stacking them one on top of the other, he can serve the 40-year, 25-year, and a 10-year sentence all at the same time. But I don't think he'll get anywhere near 40 years. I hope he does, personally. But I don't think he will because, again, the judge has leeway and the authority to deviate. Because the 75 years is what you call exposure. 40 years exposure. You can get up to, this is the maximum. And they do what they call a PSIR, pre-sentence investigation report. And that PSIR, it lets them know what your criminal history is, if you've shown any remorse. They give you a score. And based on the score, the judge can either say, you know what, you're a significant rehabilitation risk where you won't be rehabilitated at all, so we're going to lock you away for life. Or you know what, you've never really had any criminal history and this was a grave mistake, so we're going to lock you away for 25 years. And after 25 years, we're going to give you an opportunity to re-enter society. That's what more than likely will happen. I don't know, not an expert in that type of stuff, but that's what I think is going to happen. Now, none of this is going to bring back George Floyd, but his death did change a lot of things. And it's crazy when you think about it. For example, Buffalo introduced a duty to intervene policy where police officers have to intervene if they see a fellow cop going a little bit too far. So if someone is handcuffed and the cop starts beating on them, in Buffalo, they have a duty to intervene and stop the police officer. Verbal threats or even physical violence to stop the police officer from going too far. 25 states are either ending or looking to end qualified immunity. So cops can't, let's say, do a no-knock warrant and then accidentally kill someone and then say, oh, you know what, chalk it up to the game. We were doing our job. if qualified immunity is ended, if a cop kicks in the wrong door and kills someone accidentally, they're more than likely going to jail. And that's a huge thing. Even though I'm a little late, I wanted to make this quick video just saying how I am happy about this verdict. And I needed some time to process it, to be honest, because it's like, what does this mean for overall police reform? Does this bring us closer to the George Floyd police reform bill being signed? What effect is this going to have on policing and generations to come? I think that it will be best whenever cops are held accountable for their actions and any kind of civil penalty comes out of their pension. That's when I think things will change, because before you get a cheap shot in and you punch someone in the face when they're handcuffed, you're going to say, you know what, I may lose my pension because of this, so I can work 25, 30 years as a law enforcement officer and then leave with nothing, all because I decided to punch someone in the face for no reason when they're already restrained. The job of a police officer is to uphold the law. So if someone's breaking the law and you're able to take them into custody and handcuff them, there's no reason to punch them after that. You got the situation under control. So now that police officers are being held to account, I'm really curious as to how this is going to affect policing. What are your thoughts? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I upload a new video. And yeah, thanks for watching this short video, and I'll catch you soon. All right? Peace.